and then obviously things coming to light. So we're still in it. Now, if you haven't got a clue what the fuck is going on at the moment, you're all right. I think you're I think you're pretty much in the right space. Because I don't think we're meant to know what's going on at the moment, is my feeling. But if you are in tune, and you look for the signs and synchronicities, there's messages galore, like, coming in, whether it be around it. Oh, I think I've broken it. But there we go. Like, too much pressure, too much trying to control, and it's snapped. I'm just going to leave it there. Like, this is how I live my life every day. Today I went on a wander to find a bag to put my new smudging stick in. So I'm gonna do a bit of a little live chat about my gorgeous, absolutely stunning, gorgeous smudging stick from Karen, handmade, right? And my uncle used to call me Chief Elizabeth, and it really does look like a chief. And obviously it's the raven. It's my first wing. Check that out. Oh, I feel like I'm going somewhere. So I went on a bit of a random wander today to look for a case for it to go in, and it wasn't until I found this random kind of horseshoe on a strap ashtray thing, and then I realised when I got home that I already had a bag that I found in the street, right? That fit, that my smudging stick fit, but it didn't have any handles. It's like a doctor's suitcase, doesn't it? So I feel like Marnie or whatever, Hermione from Harry Potter, and you just pull it open. It did have a key, so I'm going to look for a key. But I can make a handle. What I'm saying is these random things are turning up, and I haven't got a clue what they mean. So if you're in that space and you're getting things just falling into place but have no idea where it's going, just stay with it. Try and stay in the moment with it and trust the process is what I'm feeling with that, because I haven't got a clue what it means. But we're going to get some cards for the collective, and I'm going to obviously start with my Ella Guru. I think I've just wobbled again, haven't I? And then as I was about to get on the train, I saw two fish. I'm a Pisces rising, Pisces star sign, Pisces rising, and these two fish were placed like the Pisces sign, but they were just two fish on the floor. And apparently I'm on my mermaid journey. Now, I think that's related to Atlantis. It's the only past life that I haven't actually picked up anything from, and that's the only thing I can think that it relates to. So I'm going to get myself comfortable, and we're going to ask the collective for a message of the highest level, protection of the highest level, post-eclipse. What's the message for the collective, for the energies at the moment? You're going to see people, we're either eclipsing stuff within us, and when we eclipse stuff within us, it changes our 3D, it changes our reality. So things will change on the outside. People will leave. We're not the same version of ourselves if we, do the healing and have the awareness to be able to see. We're not the same versions of ourselves that we were yesterday or the day before or the day before that. And things are moving at a really fast pace at the moment. So, but if you don't know, where you're going or what you're doing, that's okay. Because it's almost like the cards have been, especially with magician energy, you've got the high priestess at the bottom and the owl with the twig. And she tunes into the moon energy. She uses the moon energy. She goes with her instincts. She has her dreams. She can sort of project herself into the future. Her third eye is completely activated to be able to see in the dark. This could be acoustic records. But obviously the owl representing the wisdom on a pillar. And then she's got like these boxes with a skull at the top. So the death of, she's on the moon. The earth is in the background. So it is really high level intuitive knowing. And that's what I mean. She can project herself into a situation or a place and she just knows whether it's in alignment with her, whether she's, going to have a good time, whether people are lying to her. She's, And the twig we've got the devil, but it came out upside down. So this is really interesting because the last time we had it, it was the right way up. So there has definitely been some, cords of attachment inside and outside of restrictions of codependency, addictions, anything that is limiting is leaving through this eclipse. It's being eclipsed out. So with it, like I said, the last collective reading we done, it was the right way up. Now the high priestess is using her intuition, her knowing, her dreams, whatever you want to call it, to see where there has been attachment of bondage. Look at it the right way up, like they are all in bondage to this devil, if you like, and they're tied to him. They're draped all over him, and like there's bottles of alcohol. There's nakedness, vulnerableness, but possibly with devil energy, it can be people around you that are taking advantage of your vulnerability and using it in a manipulative state. So the devil is literally anything that doesn't give you freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean freedom as in peace of mind in your head, in your heart, in your body. So with it being upside down, this high priestess is literally clearing out anything that is entrapment. So the devil upside down, we've got the sun underneath that with the high priestess at the bottom. These are really good cards, especially seeing as I haven't really been, well, I've been too hot, but I haven't really had a calling to do a collective reading. The last two came out pretty much the same, and the devil was there as well. So the devil is like, it's the root energy, and like I've said before, without the devil and its sexual fiery energy, we would not have co-creation. So it plays its part in attraction, but it's when that attraction becomes a codependent, or you're addicted to that energy, but you can also use that energy for manifesting if you don't give your power away to something outside of yourself. And this devil reversed is really saying that you've taken your power back from distractions, devil energy, restrictions, addictions, codependency, unhealthy habits or relationships or emotions. Really positive. So we're going to get something on this devil reverse and the high priestess. Believe in magic. And then we've got magical blessings. I have not got my glasses. My eyesight has been really bad. So magical blessings, again, like the high priestess, it's in green, so it's heart chakra, but they've all got their hands in the air. It's like, it's the opposite of like the devil being upside down, is we are free. Their hands are free. Their hands are up in the air and they are open to receiving. Magical blessings are coming down. So whatever you are going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So when we're sending out, we're sending out, collectively. So I'm going to put that with the high priestess, and the message was believe in magic. Open your eyes. Now with the high priestess, she works in the dark, but her third eye is completely open. That's that symbol on the top of her head. Open your eyes. And see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says, you are part of nature, so you are magic too. So it's like, the other day I saw a purple butterfly and I thought, and it just stopped next to me. And I'm like, I am the butterfly, you are me, we are connected. We are magical beings, and magical blessings are coming in, and Jupiter's playing a massive part in that. There's motivation at the bottom of that. So it could have been this either a tower or a kick up the arse that really got us, a wake up call basically, that really got us to have a look at what was keeping us in limited beliefs, either inwardly or outwardly. What was around us that was making us feel like we were trapped, stuck, not being able to believe in magic. It only takes, one person to, well, not now for me, but obviously, and that's where the owl comes in. Like, she's got the twig in its mouth is obviously the peace. It's the peace of mind and the wisdom learned through the high priestess energy, that if people, mock you or say, oh, there's no such thing as magic or whatever, that's a reflection of their own limiting belief, and that's the wisdom that's come through with releasing this devil energy. And, it may feel a little bit like everything's kind of gone and you may feel a little bit empty inside. But when we release or we heal something on the inside, imagine it being like a ball of energy, because I've actually had this done to me, and you feel it leaving your body. For a period of time, it's hollow, it's empty, it needs refilling with new. And in that period, in that moment, sometimes the universe comes round and tests us a little bit with this devil energy to say, have you learnt your lesson? Like, or are you going to fill that hole with the same crap? or are you going to believe in magic, believe in magical blessings, that something's coming into you, you've done the work to cut these chains. Right, let's see what we get with these. So, believe in magic and the devil in reverse. Believe in magic, the devil in reverse. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got triggers. So yeah, I mean, triggers and blessings are two of the same thing. If something triggers us, it means that there's still healing to be done. But we can also, when you look at these triggers, it could be triggering blessings. When I see bubbles, I think of thought patterns. They're being triggered out. They're being released. So if something actually gets us, it's because we need to do the work to release this energy of this attachment to whatever it was. And yeah, these triggers look beautiful. And is that the moon up there as well, the earth and the moon? It's a number 9, so it's almost like wish fulfillment. So what is triggering you? That's a clear sign of where there still needs to be some clearing. And then magical blessings can be triggers as well. But what actually fell? Answers within. So this is literally going in. It feels a little bit like inner child work, and I'm saying that because she is actually a little child, and she's gone into the night. This is high priestess work. This is working under the moon, but it's a little bit like the hermit, but and it doesn't have to be a girl. It can be the divine masculine child, like going in into the dark to look for the light, to find the answers through solitude. And she's chosen to do that. It's a choice. She's chosen to leave this. That's the sun in the background. So it's very much like the eclipse. Going into the dark, going into the shadow to find this candle and realizing that that candle is hers. Like, you are the candle. You have everything within you to be able to go back and take this into there, back into the sun. So the answers are within. And then we have self-love. I mean, these two, it does have inner child healing written all over it, whether you're male or female. I think a lot of, that's better, a lot of trauma and stuff came up to the surface during that full moon. A lot of behavioural patterns, especially for me, top of my hair, that kind of thing, sort of resurfaced leading up to that eclipse. And it was just like purging it out. And this is what this feels like, going into the dark. Answers are within you, and then self-love. And it's like, and again, the sun is in the background. So this looks like the kind of leading up to, and again, we've got another eclipse at the end of the month. So, I mean, this could be either this whole month, August, is about clearing out, because the sun is behind them at the moment. So there could still be some shadow work going on. But learning to love oneself is the answer within, is the light. That's really beautiful. I'm going to get the fairy tarot and see if we can get some more on this. So the devil reversed and the high priestess. That was really quick. So the 7 of swords. The 7 of swords is not, it can be used very wisely in calculating where you're going or what you're doing or who you're having around. But the Seven of Swords is usually what she's doing here is she's going through the water. And if we think about water as being emotions, she's siphoning through either her emotions or other people's emotions, because she's seeing it's killed this rose and that's gone blue and it's dying. So she's siphoning through what's good for her, what she can trust. And the Seven of Swords can mean having things around you that aren't trustworthy, but she's doing it. So she's the one that is like finding the answers within, using her high priestess energy under the moon, whatever, to siphon through this water and see what is it any good for the plant? Does it need filtering? Like it's swords are in the mind. Now the Tower is at the bottom of the deck there, so yeah, there could have been this like Tower is strip down, break through, break down, and with these cards it's the Tree. So this is anything that isn't built on solid foundations, especially during eclipse season, will actually get towered out. Because we're moving more into authenticity, we're moving more into, eventually we will be telepathic, right? If you can imagine that eventually we will be telepathic. I'm getting songs for people, which is quite good, and like knowing when someone's messaged me before they've messaged and things like that. And anything that isn't in alignment with that is going to get towered out. And that could be elements of yourself, and then it could be elements of it being in a job that's not in alignment with you. Like, that's it, you're sacked. Now, we either do the towering ourselves and go, enough's enough, I'm done, I'm starting from scratch, I'm going ground zero. Or if we resist, and we don't believe in magic, look for the answers within, have some self-love, remove this devil energy of codependency, addictions, and it's not from a judgmental place because obviously I've been there, and siphon through what is good for me. Would you drink that water? That's what she's doing. It's killing my plant. Something's got to go. It's kind of like fuckery as well. It's a little bit Five of Swordsy. It's manipulation. So that gets towered out. Let's get some more. The moon. The moon. So this is what is being brought to light. It's the illumination around the head. And the illumination around the head, as with the High Priestess, is having that intuition to know without knowing how you know. But the moon is ruled by Cancer. It is, being able to see in the dark. Emotions coming up to the surface. She's got all these daisies around her, but it's this illumination in the headspace. Believe in magic. They really do look very similar, and they're both illuminated around the headspace. So there's stuff coming out in this, and we've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom. So the Queen of Cups is literally, I have mastered my emotions. Now she's sitting pretty as a mermaid and with her crown, because she has gone through all of the cups and she's mastered it to the point of the crown chakra, which means that she doesn't sit and dwell in Five of Cups, disappointment. She doesn't project, blame in the heart space. This is dreams, this is intuition. She's a manifesting queen. She's very poetic, she's very vulnerable, she doesn't have a problem speaking from the heart. And she also, her tail is in the water, so she's very in tune with her emotional side. And she hasn't, she follows that. So if somebody says, would you like to, and she's not feeling it, High Priestess, not feeling it, it's not in alignment with me, let me just check my book of Akashic records, or even just soul contracts, or no, we've been here, we've done this, and it didn't work out last time, it's a no from me. And then she moves from her heart space, having mastered all the emotions. And that's not to say that they won't come back round, but it's to say that she has reached queen energy of the heart space. So I'm going to put her underneath self-love. She has learned to love herself, and that could be these answers within and these triggers that are coming up to clear out. That could be the triggers. The Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, sorry, could be the triggers. Let's get some more. The Moon, the Queen of Cups, believe in magic, self-love, answers within. These fell out on the Queen of Cups. We've got the Hermit and we've got the Five of Wands. So the Hermit is going within. The Hermit is, I'm okay to take some time out, go within and find the light. It's exactly the same as answers within. This is going inward to come out with some wisdom. And you may find it in books, you may find it in, I watch films, I watch series. I don't kind of watch them the same way everybody else watches them, but I look for little messages and answers and questions in what I'm watching, the same as when I'm walking around, so that is time out on one's own. And then we've got the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands is ego. It's I'm right, you're wrong. It's kind of battle energy, as in someone wants to be right here, and we always have a choice of whether we participate in this Five of Wands. Now, Five of Wands can be a training ground to know what battles to get involved with and what battles to walk away from. Is it worth my time and energy talking to this person when, he's saying he knows what's in the egg and he's saying he knows what's in the egg, and no one's going to know what's in the egg until the egg is cracked open. Now, there is a lesson to be learned in that when we are hell-bent on wanting to be right, that's actually our ego. So there could have been this, I'm moving away from, withdrawing my energy from Five of Wands. This, especially with the sun being in Leo, is very much, I want to be right, I want to be seen, I want to be, in the limelight, if you like. And it's not saying that we can't be in the limelight, but it's asking us to use our High Priestess energy under the moon. The sun is right underneath that, and use and the moon is here, believe in magic, and use our Queen of Cups to know when to engage. It's almost like when I look at the Queen of Cups and the Moon and the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands, it's like That's what's been illuminated, and that is what has turned the devil upside down. Lack of attachment to drama, to, not having a problem being in hermit mode, but coming back out with this wisdom, this owl, through self-love. Let's get some more. It's getting a bit dark, which I think is quite early. And there he is. And there he bloody is. So we've got the Three of Swords. There could have been some heartache over whatever has been illuminated during the eclipse. The Three of Swords is heartache, heartbreak. And a heartbreak is an open heart. A broken heart is an open heart. It's open heart surgery. It's got to come out. It's got to be released. There could be some disappointment or some loss, but it's got to be grieved and let go of. So I'm going to leave that at the bottom of the deck, and we've got there he is. I mean, look at him. So like I said, I think we're all being a little bit tested by this at the moment with the way that things are, we're being basically, we're being Five of Wands on a collective level. This is distractions, and that's what he does. He comes in and says, look at me, I'm going to try and distract you. I'm going to try and put you off course. I'm going to try and make attachments to you. I'm going to try and get you involved in shit that's a waste of time and energy. What are you going to do about it? Now, what did we do about it? What came out with it? So the Four of Wands, which is healing. So there was some healing from this devil energy, which is codependency or addictions or anything that made you feel like you were in chains, and the Five of Pentacles. So the the devil, the Four of Wands and the Five of Pentacles is attachment to things that are actually draining. This is distractions. Devil distractions, whatever you want to call it. The Queen of the High Priestess has learned the wisdom to know when it's devil energy, when it's distraction energy. And the Four of Wands is healing from that. So in this healing period, in this answers within, that could have come to light, because always with the Four of Swords, there is like an enlightenment. So there's a heartbreak, a heartache, a loss, and then clarity. The fourth sword is the clarity, and the clarity looks like it was Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is not having enough, not being seen, not being valued, not being paid enough. It's an energy of lack. My cup is not being filled. My purse is not being filled. So that was what has gone on with this devil energy. It's like looking at what is attached to me that is no longer serving me, that's causing me heartbreak. I'm going to go into hermit mode. I'm going to do some healing on myself and use that fourth sword, which is the Four of Swords, the healing, to cut ties with anything that isn't serving me, that's distracting me off of my path and leaving me feeling like I'm in an energy of lack. I think we're going to leave that there. That pretty much says it all. I'm going to go to the Labyrinth deck, but I'm just praying that I'm going to be able to... Oh my God, I've got itchy right foot. Is someone returning? Okay, so I'm going to go to the Labyrinth deck and just give us a little bit more. But this is really deep work. And if you are going through this, well done. Like, be proud of yourself, because this isn't easy work. This is not easy work, but it's heart-centered work. And you have to believe. You have to believe in magical blessings, believe in magic in itself, trust that the answers are within you, and do the self-love. It's being illuminated through what is, what's holding me back, because that's what he does. He holds us back from reaching our pure potential, our highest potential. This came out sideways. The Lady of the Forest, she is beautiful. The Lady of the Forest. So I'm gonna try and read her. I should put some lights on, but I don't want to move. So she is number, I literally can't see a thing. My eyes are so bad at the moment. 18. So I'm gonna ask for some help with this one. So this is completion, grief, loss, harvest, and release. So it's literally like the eclipse. It's going into the dark, clearing out what no longer serves, eclipsing it out. When I come away from people, places, situations, am I feeling like this? How's my cup? How's my purse? How is, that's the Seven of Swords siphoning through. So the Lady of the Forest, and she is very beautiful. It's time to decide. No, it's time to accept change. To move on to the next phase. Oh, that's better. Hang on, I've got it. I've suffered it. Here we go. It's time to move on to the next phase. Power and strength in the present and future come from releasing the past. This is a time of liberation, and we might as well cooperate. It will happen whether we do it or not, or whether we want it to. Release and liberation may be painful or joyful, so depending on how you look at it. Cry if you need to cry. Be joyful if that's appropriate. But either way, either the case, it feels like harvest time. That's all I'm going to say. Is it going a bit too dark? Sorry, yeah, it feels like harvest time. Can you see that? My camera. So the Lady of the Forest is harvest time. It's completion, grief, loss, harvest, and release. And we've got excellent. Haven't got good lighting up here, and I do feel like it's got lighter a lot quicker. So this is joy, rapture, and motivation, which we had motivation at the bottom, but can you see it's like a sword? It's a blue sword. I'd say that there was like angelic thingies with it. But it's this feeling of, it's more than a feeling. It's feeling ecstatic, but it's like this energy that's coming in, right? I'm not even going to read from the book. Maybe it's just saying to me, like, get rid of the book. You don't need the book. It's this feeling of it's this feeling of magical blessings coming through. Being open to receiving, right, I've done the work, I've done the releasing, I've done the grieving, There's space in me now. There's space in me for these magical blessings. Look at that. Look. Magical blessings to come down into the space that I've created or made room for. And that is alchemy. Look at her wand. She takes the bad, the shit, the ugly, and she turns it into something positive with that wand. She alchemizes it. She says, okay, that was really shit. I'm a little bit sad about it. I'm going to turn it into something creative. I'm going to see this as a positive move forward. I think I'm going to have to close because I'm out of light. So, which is quite funny, really, because obviously that's the whole message. Is going in, seeking answers within, and finding the light within. Don't get distracted by the devil, but it looks like he's coming out, he's out upside down. So those chains, whatever they look like, feels like they've been cut. But there will be a grieving period before, or maybe not. You might be quite joyous, like that card with the Lady of the Harvest was saying. The mountain, strength. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. If all of my pride was gone, oh no. Something inside so strong, so it's dark. Stone people, vigilant. Is this going to be any easier to read without my glasses and in the pitch black? Probably not. Volcano. Well, vigilant. It is Seven of Swords. It's tapping into your High Priestess energy. It's working out, kind of who is distracting you from stone people. Very interesting word to use for vigilance, I guess. For stone people, vigilance. I'm only going to read the last bit. I literally can't see it. Okay, so I'm blind. Vigilant. Be vigilant. Because stone people are set in stone. People can bash themselves against them and they don't break and they don't crumble. It is saying, know your worth and be vigilant about who's coming in with Five of Wands energy, Seven of Swords energy, Devil energy. There's always that, like, the moth to the flame. And if you are doing the inner work and finding your light, be vigilant. But if you have cleared out and you're now in your Queen of Cups, celebrate good times. Come on. I'm going to go and put some lights on. I love you, look.